Please welcome Katie Ray.
Welcome, everyone, to the Engine's Tough Tech Summit Invest Day. Nearly 4 years ago, we founded the Engine alongside MIT because we recognized the need for new models to launch transformative breakthroughs out of the labs and onto the path of commercialization. In our first fund at the Engine, we backed 27 companies that push the boundaries of what's possible. And yesterday, we announced that our second fund will begin making investments this fall. Along the way, I have had thousands of conversations with people, including many of you, who see translational work as essential. But I've also had plenty of conversations with people who see us as scary or too risky or specialized. And as an investor, I get it. We are skeptical by nature, and technical risk feels scary. But to anyone who thinks these investments are too risky, here's what I have to say. Based on everything I've seen in the field in the last few years, the risk is even greater if we don't invest into tough tech. Bold companies and technology that shape our future will be the next massive wins. Or you could think of it this way. What will happen if we shy away from building innovative technologies that could prevent or prepare us for when disaster strikes? What is the risk if we don't convince more investors to lean into tough tech, or our government to put it at the top of their agenda as we deploy resources toward rebuilding our economy? The fact is, we don't have to imagine, because it's happening right in front of us. Look no further than the pandemic, which shuttered businesses, necessitated trillions in relief dollars, and caused so much uncertainty for every household on Earth. Or look at the devastating impact of climate change. In the past 10 years alone, climate and weather-related disasters have cost the U.S. economy $2 trillion, and that cost is only rising as 100-year storms and destructive wildfires increase with each passing year. And that is nothing to say of the human toll. Some estimates say that if we continue business as usual for this next century without massive reductions in carbon, it will cause widespread negative impacts across health, ag, and border conflict, and that economic gains could be a thing of the past. That is not anything any of us want. With everyone joining today, I feel that it is our mandate to make sure that that does not happen, and I know it's possible. There is so much progress. We've seen a steady increase in tough tech deals over the last decade, and reported last year along PitchBook, aggregate annual investment dollars for this sector are well above $30 billion. Investors are recognizing that what is good for society is good for returns, and in 10 or 20 years, this will be the norm. But if we want to get the most out of these investments and help the companies reach their full potential as quickly as possible, there is still more we have to figure out. Funding tough tech companies requires more creativity in vehicles and sources of capital to get from idea to commercialization and cross the various valleys of death along the way. Look what's happening with the massive uptick of SPACs this year. While I'm certainly not here to sell you on them, if you look closely, you will see that many of the target companies are tough tech deals. We're seeing an appetite for this type of investment in the public markets, which will not only help get these companies the funding they need to cross the critical milestones, but will begin to distribute wealth and equity earlier in the life cycle. We also need more public-private partnerships and programs that help provide non-dilutive grants and government-backed loans. If you look at the major tough tech companies of today, the government has played a key role in getting them past their milestones. Think of Tesla, who might not have made it without the help of a $500 million loan from the U.S. government. That loan was a part of the Advanced Technology Loan Program set up by President George W. Bush and continued by Barack Obama's administration. And this spring, Senator Chuck Schumer put forth the Endless Frontiers Act, proposing more than $100 billion in funds to bolster R&D sciences across science and technology. Investing in tough tech is a bipartisan issue and has support across the aisle. These are the types of public-private programs that we need to carry us into the next decade. And that's why our team at the Engine has been working with our friends at the Harvard Kennedy Belfer Center, Schmidt Futures, MIT, and more to propose very specific tough tech innovation policy. If these ideas are passed into law, they will enable more investments and more innovation and ensure greater economic output across this sector. These recommendations will be coming out over the next month, and we cannot wait to share them with you. And then do everything we can to make it a reality. None of it is easy, but at the end of the day, the tremendous financial opportunities that tough tech will unlock for us are simply too great to ignore. And when we look at the world around us and where it's going, it's clear that tough tech investment is our only way forward. I want to thank all of you again for being here at the Tough Tech Summit. Yesterday was so much fun, and I certainly learned a lot, and I look forward to what's going to happen today. And now I want to introduce Ali Yost, who was employee number one. She was the first person that I hired at the Engine, and she has done a tremendous job building this alongside me. And I want to welcome her to the podium now to explain what's going to happen for the day.